to go. We're good to go.
Okay. Going live. And we're live. Hello, everybody. How are you today? Welcome back to the Brian and Tubbs Culture Cast. Hi, Tubbs. How are you?
Story, kiddo.
Good. So last week we had a fun stream. First time ever. What did you think? Did you enjoy it?
I did, man. I did. I actually liked. I very much liked the interaction from the comment section. That was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah. So what we're going to start with today is it's sort of it can be a touchy subject, like, can't it?
Okay, just throw it at me. What are we going with?
So today, well, right, okay. So I'm just going to show you, really.
Okay.
If you give me a moment of your time. I have something here for you. Okay. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Okay. So J.J. Abrahams has signed on to do a new Superman movie written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who has written Black Panther and stuff like that. And the rumor is that it will be a black Superman. So what are your thoughts, Tubbs?
Okay. If we're going to get into this, we're going to get into it. I don't like it, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. It's not got to do with it being a black Superman. It is the fact that if the rumors from what I've been reading are true, is they're trying to make Clark Kent a black Superman.
Right.
There's already an established black Superman in the fucking universe. Like, you got to go multiverse in this. Like, there's Earth 23, there's Earth 2.
Like, I think, like, we chatted about this before, and it's not a race thing at all. Like,
not one bit.
In my eyes, anyway. I chatted with some of the guys on one of the action figure pages last night as well, and one of them reckoned that I was walking off a cliff, suggesting to chat about this on this show. But it's not the race thing. It really isn't. I suggested to him, like, I get where you're coming from with Clark Kent, but you look at Peter Parker, right? A character for the ages from Marvel, who's been around as long as Superman, probably. I'm not 100% sure on that. But what Marvel did was they didn't make Peter Parker a different race. They created Miles Morales, a Puerto Rican black Spider-Man. And he's brilliant. He's been in Into the Spider-Verse.
Fantastic.
He's been in the new PS4 Miles Morales game as well.
Yeah.
I think is that what DC are trying to do here?
No, do you know what I think DC are trying to do? I think DC, and now look, I could be fucking wrong because I don't work for DC. I don't know what the fuck they're actually doing over there. And you know me, man. I'm a big fucking DC fan. I've went out of my way to, like, you know, completely defend movies people hated because I love them, you know, things like that. And it's not a thing of like, oh, well, you hate on my DC, I'm going to hate on your Marvel. Anything like, it's nothing to do with that. This bothers the shit out of me because it just stinks of the whole fucking woke fucking bullshit. It really does. It's like, oh, you know, everyone needs inclusion. Everyone does. And I completely agree. But you don't take a character that's 75 to 80 years in existence and just change it for the sake of fucking doing it. You already have colored characters. You already have, you know, characters. And if you don't have them, create them. It's lazy fucking right. It's lazy production. It's lazy fucking everything. Because, look, and I could be wrong, and I know I'm ranting here, but I could be very, very wrong. And if they do cast Michael B. Jordan, I think he's a fantastic actor. He could probably be amazing as Superman, and in fucking film could be an actual fantastic film. But when you already have two established colored, black Superman characters in the DC universe in Earth 23, you have Calvin Ellis.
Calvin
Ellis. And he is already an established character. There's an entire arc, like, you based him on Barack Obama and Muhammad Ali. There was this whole mixture where he becomes president, and there's a massive arc around him. And then you jump over to Earth 2, which I think is a compelling fucking character, is oh God, what's his name again? It's Val-Zod.
Val-Zod, yeah.
Val-Zod is basically the Superman that rises up after years of being underground because he doesn't doesn't when he lands on Earth, he gets taken in, and he goes underground. He doesn't get the rays of the sun to ignite his powers. But Superman, like Clark Kent, dies in that universe, and then Darkseid clones him and makes him pure evil. So there's an evil Superman flying around, and Darkseid is his kind of master, and Balzad has to rise up and become the Superman of that world to take him on. And I thought, man, this is fantastic. If you do it like that, if you bring it in as a multiverse character, because they're doing the fucking Flash movie, which is, they've already got like the new Supergirl, and she's of color, you know what I mean? Which, and I have no problem with that, because she's a fantastic actress. But they're doing it in such a way that it's not off of the main canon, you know? But if this becomes what I think it is, and this seems to be where Warner Brothers are going with it, I don't even think this is multiverse. I don't even think this is attached to the Flash in any way. I just think this is the direction that him and JJ or DC and JJ are going, and they're making Superman a black character, and it pisses me off so bad, because as I said to you, if Marvel did that with Black Panther. Now, I know it's a touchy subject because of, of Chadwick Boseman and everything else, but just say they released Black Panther 2. And instead of casting a new Black Panther, they cast a white actor to play T'Challa. Heads would fucking roll. People would lose their shit. They wouldn't fucking be happy about it all. So why can't people... Why in this generation, it fucking wrecks my head, man, that you're not allowed to be like, and look, at the end of the day, I'm going to state it for the people that are listening, right? These are fictional characters. You can do whatever the fuck you want with them. But when it's being done for the sake of it, that's when you melt my brain. That's when it's no longer a thing of where Tubbs is on board your fucking train. No, we live in a culture, man, where it is, if you don't include or if you don't fucking obey, you're fucking wrong and you get your head cut off. It's fucking absolute bullshit. This subject, I swear to God, if they do it, and I've been a DC fan since I was a kid, might just beat the shit out of every fucking DC character I can find.
Saint City Limerick says, "Hey Tubbs." Yeah, look, we could talk about this for hours, really, but I think you're sort of onto something as well. Like I said to you before we started the show, you look at Miss Marvel at Marvel Comics at the moment, right? They wanted to create a Muslim character, so they wrote a new one. They made Kamala Khan, and they made her the understudy to Miss Marvel, which I think is probably the right way to do it, instead of wiping the slate clean of hundreds of years of history and just saying, just for inclusion's sake. Now, I know there's characters like Heimdall in Thor, who has always been white, and Idris Elba took that role and made it fantastic. And people will say, but he's only a side character, so it doesn't matter. It does matter, though, doesn't it?
Oh, look, I mean, as I said, it is a thing, right? All right, where you have that argument, and then you find yourself getting caught out with that argument. Yeah, it is. Look, Heimdall was cast as a black actor, but as I said, it does. Sometimes it just comes down to the fact that, like, oh, this actor suits the part better, because there's been a rake of characters. I just think when you're hitting characters like this, like we talked about the Last of Us thing, I was not happy about the casting of that. It's all, at the end of the day, this is all personal. This is all personal, the way we approach it and the way we look at it. If I don't like this casting choice, who fucking cares? They're going to do it regardless, and people are going to tell me shut the fuck up anyway, right? I don't care, because personally, this is my opinion on it. You know, if they cast a black actor as Thor, then people would get mad. If they cast a Puerto Rican actor as Tony Stark, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter, but people would still get fucking pissy, because these are characters people have grown up with. And it is the thing where you actually do, and I know myself, there's going to be people out there who goes, yeah, but there's this line you have to climb over and you have to understand it. Like, these are fictional characters and they can be changed. I get it, all right? You don't have to tell me. I'm fully fucking aware. Everything that we watch in the Marvel and DC universe is all fictional, made up on a little page, drawn by little people and characters. It's fine. We get it. But we fucking follow these characters and we engross ourselves in these, because if you're a part of nerd culture or anything in general, you become attached and you like it this way. Not because it's a white character I can relate. It's nothing to do with that. It's because Superman has been Superman for 75 years. He's been Clark Kent from Krypton that lands in Smallville, and he is like Man Pa Kent. If you change Clark Kent to a black actor, you also have to change his origin. You also have to change the ethnicity of his growing up. You have to. You can't, man.
Do you know?
Are you telling me it would work? Are you telling me it would honestly work?
But Clark Kent was an orphan left on their door. It doesn't matter.
No, you can do all that whole thing, but the whole Smallville thing, growing up, and it just, because let's be honest, back when that happened, back in the day, it was a very different thing. They would have to modernize it, switch it up. So guaranteed there would be elements of that would have to change. It just would. I mean, you might not, and it could be fucking amazing. Like as I said, I'm ranting because I don't agree with it. All right. If you agree with it in the comments, let me know, because look, I am ranting about it. It's not because I'm fucking, trying to hit like a race war thing here or start.
No, that's not.
It's nothing to do with that. I've grown up with this character since I was a kid. It's one of my two favorite comic book characters. I have an attachment to it. So I don't agree with this decision and this path moving forward. I personally think that J.J. Abrams should cast Henry Cavill back, give him the Superman 2 or the Man of Steel 2, move it forward, and then use that as a platform to break into a multiverse where you can cast your black Superman. Use it as use the film as a catapult, not just go, oh well, Henry was great, now it's this. That's fucking stupid. And what happens, Brian? The exact same thing happens to DC, that everyone has been saying it for years. Not me, but everyone I know. That DC, they set out with an idea, and then they drop it, then they reboot it, and then they go.
They give up when they get bored, basically.
Yeah, and this is a perfect example of how they are going to end up fucking themselves again, and then be scratching their heads, going, "Oh well, we were just trying to get away from Snyder and all his characters, Yeah, you use the Flash movie to do that. So you're fucking in. That's your point of sale, if you will, to completely rejump your fucking universe if you want to do that. And it's not that far out. It's being fucking worked on right now.
Like, for me, the actor isn't really even the problem for me with this movie. Oh. It's the fact that J.J. Abrahams is involved with it.
I mean, for me, as I said, look, the way I look at J.J. is, if he does one Superman movie and moves on, we're fine. But if he sticks around to do like 2 or 3 more, then we know how that ends. Star Trek, Star Wars doesn't have a good track record. But I do like JJ in some aspects. I do. But I do know as well that he pitched the Superman script years ago, Superman Flyboy, and apparently it was rubbish. Apparently it wasn't good.
But he isn't writing it, this one though. It's been written by Ta-Nehisi Coates, who has written on Black Panther and stuff.
Yeah, he did. I don't know if he created or he wrote for the book, but then he also writes for Captain America comics as well. So look, don't get me wrong, that's good pedigree. That's someone that knows source material, not DC, but he knows comic book material. So that could be a good thing. As I said, and it goes back to the point I made a while ago. When this gets made and this comes out, I could be sitting down watching this going, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. This is so good. Like, this is such a good Superman movie. But for right now, the way with this news, and at the end of the day, it's still only news because they haven't cast anyone. They haven't officially, the internet is all.
Yeah, a lot of this is only speculation.
Michael B. Jordan, they haven't, folks. I'm sorry to tell you, he hasn't been cast. He's been talked about through the internet, but we all know how the internet works, Brian. Someone says Jennifer Lawrence is doing the Fantastic Four, and the whole internet reports it like it's actually real, because that's fucking 2021 internet, people.
And we're hearing a podcast a week later, fan casting it.
Yeah, but the only thing about it is, we fan casted it with our audience. Did we really do anything? We didn't report it like it was real news. We reported the rumor that was flying around the internet.
We just had
come on and say exclusive, this person is this. Like, if we come on and say, man, watch you get a casting of Michael B. Jordan, then we're just fucking following the sheep. Do you know what I mean? And there are fucking plenty of sheep.
Like, my own opinion, I think, my final thought on this before we move on is, I don't mind if he's casted in it, but he's a fantastic actor. He is actually my favorite part of the MCU in the last couple of years, was his Killmonger character.
So
And
fucking good.
And I will be devastated if they don't use him again, because I think if they had someone else take on the Black Panther mantle, it should be him, in my opinion.
I agree, because if he was to come back and like, obviously, as I said, another thing we don't know much about yet because it hasn't really kind of been done. But if he was to come back and take on not just a Black Panther costume, but T'Challa's Black Panther costume to save Wakanda or honor back to the throne, or or make right, and to have an actual guy to stand there and take over the mantle, that's your fucking Black Panther right there, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a redemption story, man. It's a full 360 redemption arc for that character. Not Clark Kent in fucking Smallville.
And also, I think, like, without Henry Cavill as well, he's never been in a 100% good Superman movie.
Well, I would battle the fact that I think Man of Steel is a fucking fantastic film, but we
it
fight
is.
to the death
I'm
on
not disagreeing with that, but
I do know what you mean.
I still think he deserves a proper trilogy even to himself.
That's what I think they should do, if anything. Because I know I was reading an interview with Snyder, and apparently the direction was Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman. Because people forget when Man of Steel started, he only became Superman. Like, there was none of this, he hadn't been around the block. Do you know what I mean? He was, and being the icon that everyone knows the character to be, like, True Justice and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He was only starting. Obviously, it was a little darker and everything else. People, it flipped back and forth with people. But I think that was the direction leading into, because if you remember, Justice League was supposed to have been 2 movies. So, do you know what I mean? So it was supposed to be like the direction going.
It was a split in half, wasn't it?
Yeah, but by the time Henry Cavill's Superman came out the other end of the Snyderverse story as a whole, he was supposed to be that Superman that we all know, like the brighter suit and the chipper character and everything. It was that kind of, like, because he knew who he was now. He was Superman, and that's where it should have been allowed to go. But what did DC do? No, Josh Whedon, you come in and finish this. Nah, I'm gonna fucking burn the shit all over it. Go fuck yourself, Whedon.
Well, yeah,
fantastic things for fucking the early Avengers days, man. But my God, did he deliver a heap of piss when he fucking dropped his Justice League? Which is why I fucking thoroughly believe that when the Snyderverse version comes out next month, I hope it delivers on all cylinders, man. I really do hope it's fucking amazing and people really do embrace it, because that just goes to show that the version they got, the people were like, oh, fuck the DC universe. That was never meant to be the version we got. Getting the version that connects to Man of Steel and connects to Batman versus Superman. So in one way, you are saying, I know it's not Henry Cavill in like a single films all the way through, but this is very much your trilogy. This is going to be your entire trilogy. On the 18th of March on HBO Max and any other places you could find it.
That's some nice DC shilling there, Tubbs.
Yeah, I know.
So with that, let's switch up the gears a bit, I think, because let's do some toy news, something more light-hearted discussion.
Brian will take the reins on this one, and I will just watch and ask questions. Quite no stuff.
So from Naked Toys, they have shared a picture of their American Werewolf in London figure.
Is that the fucking American Werewolf one?
Yes.
Oh, fuck yes.
There's a bad moon on the rise, and yeah, man, he looks absolutely incredible. Yeah, this is my favorite Universal Monsters movie. It is Universal Monsters, isn't it? No, it's not, is it?
No.
The Wolfman I was thinking of.
The Wolfman, that one with the 1942 black and white is one of my favorites out of that entire thing. But yeah, this is fucking fantastic. Like,
I've always been a fan of that film. Like,
this movie had one of the best wolf
transformation
sequences ever, and it was all done practically as well, which is fucking insane. You go back and watch that movie, like,
But yeah, just looking at it there, the way it's done in diorama and stuff, looks incredible. Like, the one thing with Naked Toys, I don't know if you know this, Tubbs, but the first thing you will have to do when you take any NECA figures out of the box is give them a nice warm bath because their joints are shit.
Really?
Yeah, they are very brittle and can break pretty easily. So, yeah,
Yes.
taking my puppy for a wash when I get him.
I mean, I'll probably have no problem with that though.
Yeah, because you're an inbox wanker.
Yeah, I'm a pure inbox wanker with my shit. Like, you know, I mean, that gets shelved. Like, but we've established why that is though, because I genuinely have no room to display them right now.
That is true.
Hopefully that will change over time.
We'll forgive you on that one.
Yeah, but at the moment I'm a total fucking inbox wanker. This is fucking fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Yeah, the detail is really fucking good.
Also, this is for like Hasbro Marvel Legends fans, this one. So there was some leaked product numbers there the last couple of hours for, you know, those retro figures that I had with the backing on them?
Yeah.
So these are supposedly the next three.
Are all of these from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon?
Well, they're from the
that era, like
they're aping the toy releases at that time.
Yeah.
So you have Black Costume Spider-Man, vintage Webman, and a vintage Hobgoblin, and there you have the old toys.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm saying. So the Black Spider and the Hobgoblin are definitely from the 90s Spider-Man cartoon, right?
Well, they were in it, yeah. But
yeah, I mean, they're the versions from. But yeah, Philip O'Connor, if you're in the chat, because I can't see the chat, Brian can see the chat. Totally fucking look those up.
Yeah,
that looks fucking unreal. And nice additions to the collection if you've already got the rest of the line, you know.
But I will say as well, the Hobgoblin at the moment in Marvel Legends is super expensive to get because it's a bit rare. So this will bring that price right back down to where it belongs. And
fucking collecting fucking action figures and fucking models and shit. It's a fucking pricey game.
Yeah. So moving on quickly from that, Mezco Toys, you know, because we don't have toy fairs at the moment.
Wow.
They did their online Mezco toy fair last weekend.
Is that a Christopher Reeves?
That's the first one we're getting to. So they released these all online last weekend. So here's a 112 Collective Superman.
Wow.
A redo of the previous one. And that
I'm totally going to try to get that.
So Mezco toys now are like 80 to 100 quid, unfortunately.
But you know what? I wouldn't mind because obviously I wouldn't be buying, I wouldn't be buying these every single week. Do you know what I mean? So every now and again. I don't
think anyone would.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like that Mike Myers now and that Clark Kent Superman. I'd be like, they're two now I'd fucking buy and put on a shelf, you know?
Like, I really like that Myers as well.
The detail, I mean, that's one thing I will say is the detail in the masking is fantastic. But even I like is the eyes. You can fucking see the eyes.
You can see the blackness in the eyes, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking cool.
And move on again.
Oh, man, take my money.
Where's the other picture? There was a better picture than that, but yeah, the crow, finally.
Yeah. I mean,
he comes with the leather jacket too.
But I have the crow already, but it's the I don't know if you remember the line, the movie Maniacs.
Yeah.
I was used to get like there was like the little kind of like it was like a weird fucking kind of stand that came with it with the poster of the movie and stuff. But the original movie Maniacs one never came with a leather jacket. It came with a crow and a guitar. But he was like that. He had no leather jacket. So what I did was I had Crow Sting from WCW, and I took the leather jacket off Sting and put it on the Crow, and I still have it on the Crow to this day.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So what else have we got from Mezco? Oh, there's the other picture.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
That looks incredible. I don't know.
Well, see, even the clothes, the material, the whole lot. I mean,
see, these are all material ones.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, even like it goes to even the new Scream figure you showed me. The
Ghostface.
Yeah, Ghostface. And it was the NECA Ghostface, and with material that he had on him and everything. Like they're fucking class, man.
Then they
Johnny
showed
Storm
off,
Savage.
Like now, I don't know. Will this be a 4-pack or will they be single releases or whatever?
Yeah.
But I love the costumes. They're really cool. I don't know. They're so expensive. Like my problem with these, right? My problem with these ones is you can get the Fantastic Four for like 20 quid each from Hasbro.
Yeah. But
these will be like 80 for one.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think it's because of how they're made with the cloth?
Oh, it's the cloth
and design and everything else, and it's a lot more detailed.
Yeah.
Because the Hasbro ones are the four that you displayed on the show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're pretty decent.
And as you can see, there are other bits and
Oh,
pieces.
give me that Wolverine.
There.
Show me that Wolverine.
We'll go on to this one first.
Nice. Why does he have an arm tattoo?
Conquest of Planet of the Apes. No, that's hair, man.
That looks like a fucking tattoo. It looks like homie's been down the fucking
It's a monkey,
local
man.
shop getting some ink. Like,
there's that Tiger Stripe Wolverine. I think this is a redo as well. Looks class though.
really good.
I love that face. And there you go, Green Power Ranger.
Give it to me. I want it so much. Me and Brian have talked about this. Like, I'm a big fucking nerd, right? But I just want myself a White Ranger and a Green Ranger Power Ranger toy. That's all I fucking want. Anyone that loves me, anyone that loves
he's got a Tommy fetish, guys.
Yeah, but anyone that loves the tubs, just get them for me, or find them and send them to my house. I fucking love them. Just these two. I just want the green and the white.
My one worry with him, right, is, you know, with the Power Rangers doing all their ninja kick poses or whatever, is that the material might fray or tear over time.
Yeah,
that'd be my only worry with them. Whereas I'm pretty happy. If you give me a sec.
You have one there, don't you? Watch him showing off. Knows how much I fucking love it. You're a gal.
This won't tear or fray or nothing. It's perfect. And it was 20,
come here. Like, you've
bucks.
obviously played with that a lot, right? Just send it to me, man. It'll make my day.
Then my team will be incomplete.
Man, get rid of the rest of them. You don't need the rest of them. He was the only team.
Doesn't work like that, Tubbs. Moving on. Day 2. Ghost Spider. Not really interested in her.
Oh, Gwen, Spider Gwen.
Yeah. Got them by Gaslight Batman.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, I wasn't a massive, huge fan of that story or that animated movie. I got what it was. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, the character, the suit looks pretty dope. Like,
yeah, there's a lot more they could do before they do him. I'm not a big fan of the face and that either.
I mean, did you know McFarlane now is doing the movie characters, like the new Justice League characters?
Yeah. Ultraman. You know any Ultraman, Tubbs?
Oh, he's just a cheap rip-off of Tommy Oliver, man. That's all he fucking is, right?
He's around.
Get out of here. Fuck off.
They're around longer than the Power Rangers.
Yeah, they're fucking doing. Who cares? He's not cool.
And Destro from G.I. Joe.
Oh,
when I saw this first, right, I was fucking mad about it. And then they showed off that horrible fucking grinning head sculpt. He looks like a fucking idiot. That mask is supposed to be solid.
Yeah.
It doesn't have an expression.
He just genuinely looks like he's painted his face silver.
Joker rip-off. But anyway. But yeah, so that's the Mezco news from last week. I think that's all of it anyway.
Oh, it's the Pennywise one and Chucky. Oh, there's another Superman as well.
They're just the whole.
Oh, that's all of them. Oh, you're getting a Bill and Ted as well.
I think they're a cheaper line or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they don't. If I'm being completely honest, they don't look like super fucking detailed.
Okay, we were there already. Also, Mattel.
Fucking throw it at me. Throw the He-Man news at me, man. Go for it.
Mattel's new Masters of the Universe figures from the Kevin Smith show, as far as I know.
Is this from the Kevin Smith show?
I know there's 2 shows, but I'm not sure which ones these are from. But this is from Masters of the Universe anyway.
It must be, man. They must be. If they're releasing a brand new line.
Because there's the other one. So.
Now, to be honest about it, I really, really hope that Kevin Smith show don't look like that one.
Because there's 2 shows. There's one coming out aimed at kids, and there's the Kevin Smith one.
Okay, so because from what I gathered, and because I'm even listening to the Kevin Smith Batman and Batman thing, recently they were talking about like it being a direct sequel. So the animation.
So it must be this.
Obviously,
one.
It's modernized, but it's the same characters and things from the original '80s show. So that looks fucking promising.
Yeah, it must be these ones because the other one doesn't look very.
Fucking Battle Cat. Come on, give it to me.
Like I can't. Like I'd love to see better pictures close up, but that face on He-Man looks weird. Skeletor looks awesome.
And fucking Mark Hamill is Skeletor, huh?
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
That is awesome.
That's fucking cool. His CV's getting big, like. You know, back when we were kids, he was just a little farm
Luke
boy from
Skywalker.
Tatooine, and now, like, as we gotten older, he's become, fuck yes, Billy the Butcher.
So on to Mayfix news. This is Billy the Butcher from The Boys. This figure looks fucking incredible. Check out all these pictures, Tubbs.
I would just I'd bring that man home to my ma. I'm like, man, look at him.
Wait till you see
Billy's he's a nice dude.
You've seen season 2, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Spoilers for anyone that hasn't.
Check that out, man.
Fucking baby. Oh, lads.
That was awesome.
Does the baby come with the character?
Yeah, comes with
that's fucking amazing.
But yeah, there's your accessories.
What an accessory line, right? Big, huge fucking gun, a fucking cattle prod, a crowbar, and a baby with glowing eyes.
It's a pity like Mayfix is so expensive because that would be an awesome. Don't know if you could get a few of them. Like
maybe maybe once every 3 months you pick up a Mayfix. Do you know what I mean? That's the plan going forward for me. Like,
so last news thing.
Yeah.
Before we go, well, not before we go. Before we
we're not going yet, people. Don't you worry.
Let's close this part first. So yeah. So last news bit. So Hasbro Pulse. I was talking to you about this earlier.
Yeah, explain this to me in more detail because I genuinely don't know a lot about this.
Okay, so Hasbro Pulse is coming to the UK. What Hasbro Pulse is in America, you pay a subscription fee of something like $55, which gives you first refusal on all their new all the exclusives, con exclusives, and things like that.
Okay, so
and
before you go on, so your $55 at like a month or for the year?
For the year.
Okay, so with that 55, does that get you action figures and stuff, or does that just give you like does that just put you ahead of the line?
It gives you we'll say like for San Diego Comic-Con, Hasbro will release 3 to 4 exclusives for each con. And they in America, they go exclusively up on Hasbro Pulse. Whereas over here, the exclusives are split up between the retailers over here. So you've got In-Demand Toys, Toys-R-Us, Comics Cocktails, all these places. And they all get the exclusives in. So at the moment, what's worrying me is that if Hasbro Pulse comes over here, you're going to be only able to get your exclusives from them. So that's quite worrying. So they'll take the money, they'll take the market from the retailers over here who are fantastic.
And does that then mess you up as a collector because of the whole like Brexit thing and having to pay like fucking extra charges and fucking shit for custom deliveries and things?
Well, like
would this be a separate thing?
Well, like for me, like I don't order really from the UK stuff anymore unless there's good sales and stuff on, because you've the likes of Big Bang Comics now and Dublin City Comics get in on
say it
that.
Again.
For me, I don't really order huge amounts from the UK anymore because you have Big Bang Comics and you have Dublin City Comics.
Okay, one more time.
Fuck off, Tubbs.
No, come on, you're promoting these guys, man. Big Bang Comics, come on.
Big Bang Comics and Dublin City Comics for all you Irish collectors out there.
3 times, people, if you didn't hear it, Big Bang Comics.
But so like if Hasbro Pulse comes over here, they'll probably try and narrow the market and take their own chunk, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, kind of fuck it for everyone else. Like it's always the way though. It's always fucking playing these things, man.
The problem there though is I've spoken to some American collectors who've used it over there, and they say like, you can order something on Hasbro Pulse. Just say you order Marvel Legends Green Ranger.
You were just
Power Rangers Green Ranger.
Me now is all you're doing, like.
If you order that on Hasbro Pulse, right? The scenario I was given was it will turn up in the shops before your order is shipped. They're that slow at shipping. So kind of defeating the purpose, if you get me.
Can I just add one more thing to it here as well? Anyone that's watching right now, Brian, tell them why you keep showing the Green Ranger.
Oh, because Tubbs wants it.
I want it, but there's another layer to this, all right? He won't show me the White Ranger because he knows I can buy the White Ranger. But he keeps showing me the Green Ranger because he knows I can't actually get it right now. You're a bad man. See, yeah. See, I would happily display the two of those fuckers, you know.
But they are happily displayed in my house. Also,
You're a bad man, O'Regan.
Dry Bones Cool too says, "I'm here, boys, raging. I missed some shit."
To ask him to clarify what he means by that. Is it shit isn't good, or is he having a good time?
And Mick Holland says US retailers get those exclusive before Hasbro Pulse buyers. Oh, okay. It's like, I don't know. I'm not against Hasbro Pulse coming over here because we don't know exactly how it's going to work yet.
Yeah.
But it doesn't I don't know, doesn't sound the best to me anyway. I could be a whole lot 100% wrong. But there you have it. Yeah, so next on the agenda, Dry Bones Cool too. Nice, Brian. Who, John?
You know who you are, Dry Bones. Oh, actually, now that Dry Bones is in the thing, if you fucking love me, get me a Green or White Ranger. That's all I'm fucking saying.
I'm not selling, by the way. Yeah, so
man over here, or is it this one?
Next on the agenda, we have, so the dates were announced for the Loki TV series.
Okay, hit me. When's that out?
June 11th. Now, I originally thought this was going to start straight off the back of Loki and the Winter Soldier.
Right, yeah.
But now, what they've done instead is when Winter Soldier and Cap ends, they're going to put on the new Star Wars animation, Bad Batch.
Okay, so they're giving like a break.
Yeah, so there will be still content constantly on it.
Like, yeah, but instead of it being like jumping straight into Marvel stuff, it's going to be Bad Batch and Star Wars. Okay, no, because I mean, I'm only going off of the sheet thing I've read, but I thought after the Winter Soldier, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I thought it was jumping to Black Widow. I thought it was going to be like the first movie. I mean, like two shows in a movie, two shows. I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that thing that you were on about as well. I don't think I think like, or no, I'm not going down the COVID rabbit hole, but with vaccines and stuff, they will probably push back Black Widow again and hope to get it a cinema release.
Fucking release it, lads, you know? Jesus Christ. Anything that should have been out last year should have already been released now. It's just,
yeah.
I get it, man. Do you know what I mean? But then you have this thing, right? It's the same with the James Bond thing, you know? No, we keep pushing it back. I'm sorry, right? I like James Bond. Daniel Craig, you know, isn't the be all end all of your fucking film franchise. Release this fucking thing.
It's just totally maximizing your.
I mean, if anything, I mean, look, I'm not fucking. It's Paramount that own fucking Bond, right?
Mm.
I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me, but I think it is. But they have to be bleeding money every time they push this thing back.
Very possibly, yeah.
You know, and same with Marvel. I mean, Marvel are probably different because of all the Disney Plus subscriptions that are rolling in. They're probably fucking, you know, kind of like filling the gaps of what they've lost without making revenue back off that movie. For the love of fucking God, just release it.
I know. Disney has is it Raya and the Last Dragon or something coming onto the premiere service as well soon. So they're probably going to see how that does as well. Mick says, my point is they're way too slow. Yeah, Mick, like from what I was told was there was guys going into their Walmart and their Target seeing shit on the shelves that they'd ordered already and there was still no sign of it being even dispatched. So it kind of makes Hasbro Pulse a bit pointless. But yeah, I hope that doesn't happen here. Dry Bones Cool says you're getting nothing, Tubbs. Just get it out. It's a joke. So yeah,
he's a bad man, that Dry Bones.
Yeah. Also on Amazon, they are making a new Lady J G.I. Joe TV show. Now I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% sure. Is this going to be Adrian Palacki or is it going to be recasted or what? Could be fun.
I've heard nothing about this. Genuinely haven't. Yeah, I mean this one genuinely flew over my head. Didn't even cross my radar. And have to be honest, genuinely not even one bit excited about it.
Yeah,
Like
like
even
it's
you saying it there was like even character wise, I'm kind of going like, all right, cool. I mean, it could be good. I'll watch it if it's on, but I'm not going to be looking for it. There's a lot more things coming out that have like caught my fucking eyes and pulling me in that direction. And GI
mm,
Joe was just, I mean, it's not in general, but just that show, it went over my head. Um,
yeah.
I was probably too consumed with the Black Superman news.
Yeah, let's leave that one there, Tubbs. But like I don't know, because there is a Snake Eyes movie supposed to be coming out as well, and
Yeah,
that was pushed back because of COVID as well. So maybe this is part of that as well. But like the last movie didn't do too well. Was it Retaliation? And that was out how many years ago now? About 5 or 6 years
they made
ago.
two of them, dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
Retaliation was
I
the
think
second one.
Retaliation was the second. Yeah, I mean, look, look, we've seen movies. Let's be honest, we've watched movies and we've loved them, and
Mm.
then there's movies that have flopped, called classics. But because Hollywood fucking tends to call flops, no, this is a terrible movie. This is a flop. And realistically, it's not if it makes fucking 600-700 million fucking
Mm.
euros, dollars, or whatever. When you look at it in that aspect, how can you claim, like, if you spend 100 million on a movie to make it and it makes 600 million um extra at the box office? Now, I'm not saying G.I. Joe Retaliation made that much. I'm just saying in general, when you have most movies that come out, like Man of Steel, that made a lot more. That made a massive profit.
But they'll say that was a critical failure, not a financial failure.
Oh yeah, of course, because it didn't hit the 1 billion mark that they wanted it to hit.
Mm.
See, that's the big difference. It's kind of what I've heard. I've heard this recently on a song, and I'm going to say it right. It goes back to the whole thing of what the
You heard
cancel
it on a
culture
song.
and the woke movements. It was a line in a song, but it's this
So
thing
you have
about.
to, you see, if you heard it in a song, Tubbs, the rule is you have to sing it.
I don't have to sing it. I will fuck you up. I will not sing it. No, but basically, it's all about this thing, is right. When you hear things like, it's like hate speech, or it's things that you hate, things like that. It's not everything that you hate, or not everything that you hear, or not everything that someone says, or it means that it's wrong or it should piss you off. It's fucking more culture. It's bullshit. Just because you think something should hit $1 million and it
Doesn't mean
doesn't,
it will.
doesn't mean it's a fucking failure. It just means that your what's the best way to put it? Your fucking ideology is up here, and your fucking, your actual drive and fucking determinations here. You shouldn't be fucking looking this high. All I gotta say. Geez, I'm on one tonight. I'm sorry, people. I'm getting fucking riled up on this shit.
So in the comments, Michael Casey, crack kids, avoid Casey.
All right,
Uh,
Casey.
how are we getting on, dude? Drive, sort your head out. Will Smith is the Black Superman.
Oh my god.
Well,
We
what was
already got Hancock. We don't need it again.
that? Was actually a decent movie.
Exactly. So on that point, not to go back to the Superman thing, and Dry Bones will probably agree with this. Just make fucking Hancock your new fucking franchise. You've already made one.
Yeah.
Just build off it.
So let's move on from all that bullshit. WandaVision episode 8.
Now we have to give a
This
disclaimer
is
here.
your 5-second warning, guys. Spoilers inbound.
Massive
for
spoilers. If you
WandaVision
haven't
episode
seen
8.
it, then jog on.
Okay, Tubbs. WandaVision episode 8.
It was all
Fucking
Nick
hell,
Fury
what
the entire time, people.
I mean, like, you didn't expect him to show up there in that last minute.
Oh no, God, no! That was shocking. That was revolutionary TV, man.
So, before we talk about the actual plot,
Okay.
what a fucking performance by
I just want
Elizabeth
word.
Olsen.
No, I want the world to take Elizabeth Olsen and wrap her in a ball and protect her with every ounce of her fucking life. She is fantastic. Such a good actress, man. I'll actually make a bold claim right now, because obviously I haven't seen the last episode. This is genuinely my favorite episode of the season.
Mikey Casey said, "Oh yes, joined at the best time." Nice one, Mikey. But yeah, man.
Let's Wanda it up, Mikey.
Like this for me, like if you took this episode out on its own,
yeah,
and maybe added 20 minutes either side, it could very easily Scarlet Witch origin movie.
Oh, very much so. Very much so. And I think that was the concept of this. This was the whole, and it gave a lot more fucking openness to Agnes' actual plan. It's not like the fucking thing. I mean, like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know if you grabbed this, but two things that I spotted in this episode that really, really made me kind of go, oh my God, is this Agnes? Is this Agatha Harkness's? Well, that's she was Agnes for a while.
Yeah,
But is this
Agatha,
her actual plan? In the opening sequence at the Salem Witch Trials.
That was fucking brilliant.
But when they were all trying to like zap her to bits, and she just fucking burst the purple energy out of her, and she starts draining the life force out of him. And then her mother fucking pops the fucking energy on her, and then when she starts to drain her, you see this fucking crown, this this crown builds on the mother's head. It's like a fucking like a spell or some shit.
It reminded me of the guys in Lord of the Rings. Remember
very
the
much
raids?
So. Yeah, the wraiths, they have very much of a wraith thing, but the crown that appears on the mother's head before Agatha rips the energy completely out of her, made me think of something later on. Because I was going, her mother has the crown, but when she took her energy, she didn't develop it, she didn't get the crown. Like, she had nothing, she had all their power, but no crown. But Wanda...
So do you think...
I think she's after Wanda's... Not her crown. I think she's after her abilities, like her actual core.
So what I was going to say to you was, do you think the mother, like Agatha's mother, was a Scarlet Witch as well?
Yeah, I think. Remember, she said about the myth. You're supposed to
stuff of legends. Yeah,
it's like stuff of legends because not all witches can physically create beings. Like not to go too much into it now. We might as well be getting the spoiler warning.
That's good. Yeah.
She physically created her own vision, like a working feeling, and that's an entity that wasn't fake. Obviously, it can't exist outside the hex. But she did the same thing with the kids. They're living, breathing creatures, people. She's physically creating things. But the one thing that sparked my mind is when she's in the lab, it's a second flash, and she's in, and then it's when the stone from the
Mind Stone.
Yeah, it looks like the Tesseract when it's on the staff, but when it actually comes at her, it's like it shows her. It actually, if she didn't take it, it came at her. But when that explodes, and you see the Mind Stone, and you see the Scarlet Witch image.
It's like Wanda's ideal of herself in the future.
Exactly. So when I saw the mother zapping Agatha, and she had a crown, and then I seen Scarlet Witch, obviously with the crown, I was kind of going, is this Agatha's entire deal?
I didn't click that actually.
She doesn't have the power of a mythical witch, because the reason I put more into this is the bunny rabbit.
Yeah, the thing she's carrying around.
Yeah, I've heard rumor mill that that's actually Evan Peters. That's fucking.
I've heard that too. Yeah.
The husband, what's it, Ralph? Is it?
Do
you know who I think it is? And I know you're going to fucking say, "Oh my God, get off that train." I think that fucking rabbit is Mephisto, and she needs the Scarlet Witch crown to fucking, because what can Wanda do? Wanda can recreate. She can physically bring things to life. I think she needs to bring Mephisto's soul back to life by using Wanda's powers.
Yeah, what she said, that she's a Nexus being, and what they can do in the comics is they can bring people from other realities and other realms.
Yeah,
true. So that could be that you could be onto something there, because when she steps into the house in the previous episode and there's the fly on the window.
Yeah.
That's what Mephisto originally appeared as in the comics when he first came into the comics. He was a fly in the window.
Because I think it's
so you could be onto something there.
And look, and we can't dispute the thing when she was showing her the fucking murals on the wall, all the different the 9 circles of magic, and big fucking M was sitting right there. I was like, it's so on the fucking nose they're doing this. But another thing that I did
they were just ruins, weren't they?
What we found out was, do you remember we heard the backstory, Age of Ultron, about them, the Tony Stark missile came down, and it stayed there for 2 days, and we were just waiting to die. What this fucking flashback showed us was it didn't go off. It didn't just not go off. Wanda fucking stopped it from going off.
Yeah.
So she's technically had the fucking powers since she was a kid, which I bring to you this little
Oh,
thing.
here we go.
No, hear me out. And anyone in the comments that like wants to jump in on this, do you think? Now I've said this, we've had this conversation, Brian, and you completely like it was like no. But I think we genuinely have visual evidence of it now. Do you think that Wanda in the MCU is going to be officially known as the first mutant?
So you think she has the X gene, right?
I think she has a mutant gene in her body because there's no explanation for why she would have it unless her mother was a witch or so on and so forth. But she has had that element in her since she was a child. Quicksilver didn't. Quicksilver seems to have got it from the trials.
Let's go to the comments there for a sec.
Yeah.
Mikey says, but what is grief if not love? Persevering, and that was a fucking phenomenal
amazing line. We hadn't got to it, Mikey, yet, but
we'll get there.
It's fantastic.
Matty says, I think it's her son, Nicholas Scratch, as their names are similar. I've heard that too.
You'd hear that too, yeah.
But it's very open. But where were we? Yeah, so you think she's a mutant? Like
I don't think she's a mutant because obviously that hasn't been established in the MCU yet. Do you know what I mean? That whole thing. Like, you know yourself in the comic book, she's the daughter of the fucking king of the bad mutants, blah, 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 Magneto and so on. But I think in this version, I think she is going to be the key to the mutants.
Like, I do think now as well, at the start of the episode, they showed witches are in this continuity, obviously.
Yeah.
As well, not mutants, like, but then she said to her, like, oh, many people take 50 years to be able to pull off a simple trick, and you did it on autopilot. An autopilot, more or less.
An autopilot, exactly. So I'm wondering to myself, I mean, this like she didn't, I mean, obviously, do you know what I mean? Because obviously if you go back to obviously the comics and the MCU are very different in their own tone, because in the comic books, she is a mutant. Her father's a mutant. You know, she's a witch. But you know what I mean? Oh, go on.
What I was going to say was, like, is she just a witch who happened to come into contact with an Infinity Stone and it just amplified her?
Oh, no. I think the stone definitely amplified her to the point of Scarlet Witch, like power. I mean, I think that's what awoke the Scarlet Witch. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, she didn't realize, or because up to this point, she's never been called Scarlet Witch in the show or in the MCU, which is why I fucking think that fucking scene with Agatha at the end, like, landed so much more, because when she said it, when she was building up to it, you're a mythical creature, you're not supposed to exist, which would make you, and when I'm like, she's gonna say the line. And she said,
it's like that,
and then everyone went home fucking happy, because then you've finally called her what she is. She is the Scarlet Witch.
It's like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he's like,
oh yeah, hands down. No, but you know what I mean? But my theory behind the whole concept of going back to the first flashback and seeing her being like actually physically stop the bomb from going off. She hadn't like done any of the trials. She hadn't, she hadn't come in contact with the stone or anything at that point. So and didn't they say in the X-Men universe it's normally like joining around the age of 10, puberty,
14, 15, yeah.
Yeah, it actually activates it. She would have been 10 going off of Age of Ultron's timeline in that episode, in that flashback. So I'm wondering to myself, so there's a mutant gene in her. She has the mutant gene.
Mikey said technically her kids will be the first mutants because they were born from Wanda. So I'm wondering, will all the citizens of Westview have been mutated? And that's what will start the mutant race. Now,
I don't think it'll work like that. But I mean,
we chatted about this before.
But I do think Mikey has a point, because we saw it with Monica Rambeau, and she's completely photon now. Well, photon or spectrum, we don't know what direction or what, but she's completely been changed by going in and out of the hex. But so I think, we said it as well, Mikey, if you're listening, me and Brian were talking about this. I also think that Darcy Lewis is going to have abilities after this show.
Like, I think as well, I don't know, like, they could start some mutants off of this, but if it's the whole reason the mutant race starts, I don't know if I'd like that.
Because, no, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, we still have one more episode to go, so we don't even know how this is going to end. And we also know that Spider-Man 3 and Doctor Strange 2 are connected to this heavily, because that's supposed to be it's supposed to be basically its own trilogy in a way of story arc. So yeah, but I mean, it probably won't happen here But I think by the end of Doctor Strange, something will happen to pull these in, because they're bringing, look, it's no, I mean, look, at the end of the, they've now got the Fantastic Four. They've announced the Fantastic Four. And Feige's fucking definitely bringing X-Men.
He hasn't said, he said mutants the last time. Yeah. That's all he said.
But then again, as they might not call it the X-Men. They might just, establish them as mutants. Something has to, it's like every story. And it's how they build these phases. It's like you go back to the very beginning. Iron Man started something. It started the Avengers initiative. But then we found out years later, it was actually with the Captain Marvel and the Captain America movies that had actually started things with the Tesseract and all these little things that played into part. Something has to start. This brand new phase that will eventually lead to the X-Men. And I think Wanda is the thing that's going to start the whole thing. I don't think you won't see it now. Like, you're not going to magically see, like, at the end of next week's episode, she's like, mutants. And then she's, boom, the whole world is turned and Wolverine shows up and starts fighting Agatha. You're not going to see that. Sorry, Mikey. Wolverine is not showing up next week. Spoilers.
I just want to see a flashback of someone called Logan fighting with Captain America in the war. That's all I want to see.
I mean, look, but come here. I genuinely do believe, because in the first saga, which was Infinity Saga, it was very much, they touched on space and magic stones, but was never the core of that entire thing. It was superheroes, like science and technology. That was a very big thing of it.
They kept it grounded until they couldn't.
Yeah, it did. But this phase really seems to, not even space, this new phase that they're kind of starting with, they're heavily, you can see it already, they're heavily leaning on like magic and fucking and powers and mutations and things like that. It seems to be very much that direction this time. So it's very much a brand new phase. It's very much a brand new direction that this show has begun to start.
Mikey has said he wants Jimmy Woo and Darcy X-Files style show. I've seen someone else say that.
Mikey, I'm with you on that one, my friend. I think the chemistry between fucking Jimmy and fucking Darcy is fantastic.
And they need to call it Journey into Mystery as well, because that would be just the icing on the cake.
I'm just going to say it right out. Kat Dennings.
Oh no!
I would watch her all day long. I just think she is the funniest fucking actress there. I mean, obviously, everyone's going to be like, what are you talking about? She made Two Brokers. Fucking cares. We all have fucking moments in life where we misstep, all right? But she's fucking brilliant, man. I love her in that Darcy Lewis role. She's a fantastic character. And Jimmy Woo, fucking just
I still love
what a highlight of the show, like
the little spot like that he learned to do the card trick that Ant-Man showed him at the very start. Little continuity things like that are fucking brilliant.
Great. It's genuine.
Yeah. Dry Bones Cool says Vision can't handle it outside the hex. So yeah, let's move on a bit with the story. Like, what I wanted to mention as well was the origin of how she made all the different TV shows. It was from when she was a kid. How fucking cool was that, like, as well?
But you know what I liked about it? It was like, everyone was like, oh, she watched DVDs and then turned it into a sitcom. I don't even reckon it was that. What I figure was, with all the shit that was going on outside of her windows in Sokovia, that sitcoms became her escapism. And then when they showed her looking back in the Avengers compound, she was watching sitcoms. So that was kind of her connection to her family and, the way she escaped from everything around her.
They were connected to all her traumatic events as well. Like,
there's one thing I noticed though as well. There's little things that fucking I just love that harped back to like the first and second episode. There's at one point Wanda is watching, I think it's in the first Flash back when they were kids. I think on the TV it shows a bit of the Brady Bunch. Which? It's Dick Van Dyke is what they put on. Yeah. But some part of the episode there's a section of the Brady Bunch.
It's when she's in the Hydra facility.
Yes, she's watching the Brady Bunch and Cindy's sitting on the couch with the doll. But if you think back to the second episode, that doll that Vision was trying to like practice doing nappy changes with, it's the same fucking doll.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same fucking doll. And then the other part in the thing with her parents in the apartment, and it's the thing about the Sokovian, a Sokovian thing that they do. He put the hands on her eyes, remember?
Mm,
Yeah, Vision does the same thing to her in the fucking house.
he does, yeah.
I was just going like, man, they fucking got me. Like all these things that they were doing that looked silly in the first few episodes completely made fucking sense in this one. Like they really fucking pulled it all together.
I wanted to, yeah. So the other flashback from the Avengers compound. Someone said to me that Vision in Civil War was not that. He was very much more robotic in Civil War, whereas in that scene from WandaVision, he was almost way more too human. If you get me.
Okay, but I will ask you this: who's to say that that scene is actually from before Civil War?
That's where they're locked in the thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, but it could be from any point after, because they were, like you seen after Civil War, where did they go then? Like, where was their next point?
It was Wakanda, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, but like
No,
Wanda.
no, they went on the run after that. Yeah,
Exactly. So you don't know if that's like shortly after it, in the middle, before the fight, after it. That's what I liked about that scene, was it wasn't a timestamp to like, oh, this is just before they fight each other. You know, this is in the Avengers compound. Because if you remember at the end of Age of Ultron, they're training in the fucking compound. You know, I mean, this could have been any time at all spent there. And
no, but she says it's directly after your man is killed.
Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, okay,
so
look,
it is right.
Yeah, look, okay, it is right after Ultron. My bad, but yeah, look, but we were shown sections of like I wouldn't say he was robotic. He's robotic because he's a fucking robot.
He's an android, yeah.
But you could always kind of see elements of a connection with Wanda. There was just something there, you know. But getting back to what the dry bonds. Mm-hmm. Back to what Dry Bonds was saying about Vision and the Hex and the post-credits scene. What do you think is going to happen?
Let's go through the rest of the comments first before we go on.
Comment us.
So Dry Bones Cool said, so she became Vision in her way. Mikey says sitcoms were her comfort thing, very much so.
Yeah.
And he also said, as to what we're talking about here, I'd say he was similar to how he was in Ultron. He's always been kind of human, just uses mad long computer words.
I mean, I agree. I mean,
yeah, go on.
No, I was just about to say there is, as much as a sentient being as he is, I would never say he was robotic in that tone. He very much was able to have conversations and he had heartfelt moments with people, like even Thor, you know, in Ultron. Like, so he was never like this, like, you know, robotic thing where he never felt emotion or anything like that. He didn't understand emotion.
And Mikey said that scene had me bawling. Yeah, man, I said it to Tubbs when he came online later that day. I was like, Jesus, that scene was fucking heavy stuff. Like,
yeah, I mean, like I felt a bit of sweat around my eyes. All right, here. Like,
it was raining.
What was happening?
It was raining indoors.
No, look. All jokes aside, look, come here. We're fucking. We're men. With our feelings and stuff. I fucking teared up, man, because that one hit me right in the gut. It was fucking powerful fucking scene.
So yeah, so then the kids were outside and they were screaming, and like when I saw Agatha first up in the air holding him by the throat or whatever, I thought, oh, it's a bit much, isn't it? It looks a bit silly. Or am I being too harsh?
No, not so much, because I don't know if you've realized it. Did you realize that the costume she had on?
Go on.
Was very much, it wasn't the exact same, but it was very reminiscent of the costume her mother wore in the trial scene at the start, which I found I was kind of going, which is why I came to my theory about what I was saying a while ago. Oh, is that her plan?
Mikey says, I swear to God, if Marvel makes you watch Vision die another goddamn time.
Now, let's get to this, right? Because John was even saying a while ago as well about the Hex, right? And we all saw what that fucking... Let's talk about Hayward for one. What a lying prick.
What a fucking cunt. Yeah,
what a lying prick. He lied through his fucking teeth to a room full of people, and he even made us all believe that Wanda had gone a little bit fucking far too far with it and brought Vision back and made him like Salem's fucking lot fucking type fucking Vision, you know?
He manipulated the shit out of her as well.
He did. I mean, and I genuinely think that he believed, because obviously they'd been trying to put him back together and they had got nowhere. So I reckon that's why he was like, oh, stand back, you know, when she put her hand on him. Because at that point, I think in his head, he thought she can resurrect him. She has that power. He more or less said it to her. And she was like, that's not why I'm here.
You could bring him back if you want.
Exactly. So I reckon he held them back to let her go down to Vision to see would she be able to, or would she try? You know what I mean? Because like that's his goal. That was his goal. You saw it at the very end. He wanted to bring this fucking dude back. But now he's after creating what is called White Vision from the comic books, which is not the Vision we know.
It's Vision, but with no emotion, basically.
Yeah, he is a sentient weapon now. He's not a sentient being. He's just a fucking weapon. But you know yourself, Hayward's a fucking shitty guy that has a plan. You know, he's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking make my own Vision, and you know that's gonna backfire so fucking badly.
I can see one of two things happening. One, which I think is less likely, is that they will combine X Vision into Android Vision.
I think that is how you get Vision out of the Hex.
But I think the more likely thing is Hex Vision will make Wanda destroy that one and thus giving him no way out and letting him go, kind of thing.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I genuinely, look, don't get me wrong. Like, it's like going back to what Mikey said. Are Marvel ballsy enough to do that again?
I think so, because you need an inciting incident for Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
Unless we're completely wrong. And that's not White Vision at all. That's the origin of the Silver Surfer, Brian.
No, that's miles away.
Well, how do you know, Brian?
Because Silver Surfer is an alien from outer space.
How you can clearly see I'm fucking with you now, Brian.
I can't. I'm not watching anyway, you.
No. But I genuinely think that that's what's going to happen. I genuinely think that, like, obviously they're going to send that Vision into the Hex, and all hell's going to break loose.
He'll send him in to kill Wanda.
Yeah, and then therefore, you know, her Vision, you know, will obviously, because in the Hex he's as real as they come. You know, she created him. And I'll put this thing, if they do merge together, like if they do go that route, that they merge these two together and they kill the white guy, but they use his body to kind of form Wanda's Vision inside him and basically make him real again, then Wanda has created a living version of an Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about
her power is from an Infinity Stone. So
but my point being is they're just how that makes you think, like, how fucking powerful is she? Like, we know how powerful she is in the comic books, but how powerful is she going to be in the MCU? Like, how far out are they going to push her power? And I'll throw one more thing out for all you people that have always gone on about, like, oh, Captain Marvel's the strongest Avenger. Go fucking suck an egg, because one day kicked the shit out of her stupid fucking face.
But we saw it in Endgame, though. The only two that really made Thanos sweat was her and Captain Marvel.
And I would go on the record to say that Wanda would take her down. Genuine. Well, she doesn't need to now, because Monica Rambeau is probably going to take her down.
Yeah, that's going to be.
I hope they do. Genuinely, I hope. Like, this is what I think should happen. Captain Marvel, and it's not because I have any hatred for the actress one bit.
Tubbs, before you go any further, what is your opinion on Brie Larson?
Oh man, she fucking annoys me to no end. Fucking don't like her.
Tread carefully, because I really like Captain Marvel in the comics. I'm not a big.
But what I hope in the MCU is, if we're talking about mutants and how certain people get their powers, I hope that in Captain Marvel 2 is where Rogue shows up.
Yeah, I agree there.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, because my mind's a bit rusty on the storyline, but doesn't she take Captain Marvel's powers, but doesn't she drain her so much to the fact that she comatizes her?
Yeah, but I don't think they'll go that far in this.
I hope they do. You know, it's an easy paycheck for Brie Larson. We don't get to see her much on screen. Everybody wins.
That's one casting they have to get right, in my opinion, out of all the X-Men is Rogue.
Yeah.
Because
Rogue.
they messed it up so bad for.
I think they need to get Rogue and Gambit's dynamic right. Going in, because that's a dynamic that needs to be right going forward if they are going to form the actual X-Men. But go on.
In the comments, I've missed comments there for a minute. Mikey says, fuck Hayward. Dry Bones 2 says, what I was thinking, Thor is the strongest. Mikey, I really thought at first they were setting up Wanda as the villain for the next saga of Marvel. Now, I wouldn't rule that out yet.
I definitely wouldn't rule that out.
Because what I was saying a few minutes ago was like, if they do kill Vision again and Agatha is pushing her, she could fucking blow open the multiverse, thus causing all sorts of shit to go in and out. Unless
that is the linchpin that does it. Like, unless she's like, she figures out that, like, oh, my grief and so on and so forth is why this happened. And Agatha, not even Agatha, but something, because we genuinely don't, we all know, we genuinely all know that something is coming at the end of this episode. Because it's being built up. I mean, there's a cameo coming that's supposed to be Luke Skywalker level high.
I think I know who that is.
Look, I mean, I think I do too, but obviously, like, do we want to talk about it in case people don't really know, because we might spoil a big thing for them?
It's only a theory.
Yeah.
So my theory is Paul Bettany has been saying all along that he's worked with an actor who he's wanted to work with his whole life, and he's an amazing actor, and they had fantastic chemistry on set. I think it's a massive fucking troll job, and Paul Bettany is talking about working with himself.
Because Vision is in it twice, right? Okay,
yeah.
See, that could be very fucking true, because they did, by right, already troll us with Monica's, like, special meat. Ended up being nothing. I still think there's meat to that.
There probably is someone there, yeah.
Now, look, you're probably going to see an Avenger that's connected to this type of magic. Could be very strange. I don't know. But
so that was Wandavision. And before we go, I know we did one last week, so let's do one again because it's come from the comments. Mikey has said, who would you guys cast as the MCU X-Men? I love doing these.
Okay.
So, right, let's do like...
Okay, so name them and I'll throw some names.
Off the top of your head, or do you want to think about it?
No, isn't like you name an X-Men and we'll both cast.
Okay, Cyclops, the real leader of the X-Men.
Zac Efron.
Oh, that's a good shout, actually. Okay, give me another one. I'll think it over.
All right, I'm going to go straight to the fucking one you were talking about, Rogue.
Ooh. Tell us in the comments as well, guys.
Yeah. Throw them in. We had fun last week, bouncing back and forth.
Did. So. Damn, man. Okay, I'll start with I would love Bryan Cranston to play Mr. Sinister. Because that's the villain I would start with as well.
Oh yeah, fucking that is the villain I want. And I genuinely do. Like Apocalypse and all that shit. If they're gonna do it down the road. We've seen that. I don't want it to be the fucking Dark Phoenix again for another long time. I just want Sinister. I want fucking Morph. I want Jubilee. Give me all the fucking meat.
I think, right, and this is deep speculation. Like, if they went with the X gene being brought to life by the snap or by Wanda's thing, I think Sinister is the perfect villain to start the X-Men off with, because he fucks with genes and all that kind of stuff. And imagine Bryan Cranston you can picture him being the scientist dude. It's like, oh, I've cracked it. And now I have Jean Grey. So this kind of stuff.
Bryan Cranston. Fuck yeah. A Sinister now. Okay, that's a good one.
And who else do we have? We've Storm. I don't know. Like, what I would do with the MCU is I would cast a lot of unknowns.
Yeah. See, I mean, but this is just fan casting. Like, who do you fucking see? Like, I went with Zac Efron because everything was like, oh, pretty boy, kind of you know, kind of like chiseled, whatever. But you know, he's just that fucking, you know, like good looking.
I do like the guy
actor type.
from the Umbrella Academy for Cyclops.
Which
you know,
one?
The hairy dude.
Oh, fucking yeah! Really?
Yeah, that could work. I think.
I mean, me personally, I would have went with Beast for him.
That's just because he's played the Beast in the other thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's a perfect thing. You're kind of going to look at him. He has it down. Fucking okay. The meat in the fucking junk, right? The meat in the junk. We're going to go right to the fucking the big huge penis here, right?
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, go
MCU's Wolverine. Can't be Hugh Jackman, obviously, because you know we're fan casting a new Wolverine here.
Mikey said in the comments, Taron Egerton as Wolverine and Nightcrawler Miguel from Cobra Kai. What? That is a fucking great show.
Now, I don't agree with the one for Wolverine, but I definitely do agree with the Nightcrawler one. So it's 1-for-1, Mikey. You know, and at the end of the day, it's your opinion and it's my opinion. It really don't matter, but it's a good fucking shout.
I know he's in Venom, but I'd still love Tom Hardy for Wolverine.
Oh man, fucking Tom Hardy is fucking all of the people. Tom Hardy is Tubbs. Tom Hardy is Tubbs again. And fucking yeah, we love the Tom Hardy over here, boys.
Tom Hooper, that's the guy, Mikey. Yeah, that's why I was thinking.
Genuine. All right. Yeah. Wolverine.
Oh, I would have liked Zac Efron for him as well, but
he's too. This is why I picked him for Cyclops, because if you put the suit on him, I'm going, that's Cyclops. He's that you know, he's that Captain America style character out in another Avengers type team. You know, he's the guy that says, you know, mind your language. You know, stop it, Logan. You know.
No, but Cyclops is a fucking asshole, and you need a fucking asshole to play him.
I mean,
Zac Efron is too likable.
Yeah, but I mean, you put that suit on him, and you know, he just, he becomes a douche. You know.
How about John Cena for Juggernaut?
Now I was thinking, John Cena for The Thing.
Yeah, that's what I said last. That's what I said
last week. So I think that's the casting choice for that. I think he would be perfect for that. Jesus, man, yes, Mikey, you prick. This is hard.
This is a lot harder than I imagined.
I take your Bryan Cranston and I raise you one. Bryan Cranston as Professor Xavier.
That's a good shout as well.
I reckon that would be fucking unreal. Now, let's be honest. You look at the DNA of some actors and what they're fucking built to do. Patrick Stewart was created in the womb to play Professor Xavier on screen. He just looks and breathes like him. He's just fucking. Excuse me. Now, if they were going now, but you got to look at like age groups, and it's such a pity that she's already in another franchise. Like she's already in another fucking MCU franchise. Because if I was the fan cast for Storm as a young Storm, I would fucking cast Zendaya.
So then, yeah.
Yeah, if she wasn't already attached to the MCU, I'd be like, she'd be perfect for young Storm.
Like, it's so difficult to cast the X-Men off the top of your head. I really think like there should be new ones. Harry Styles as Gambit would be mental. Yeah, like Harry Styles is actually a good actor. I was surprised when I actually watched him in what was that movie? Tell me, Tubbs. The war movie that Nolan did.
Oh, fucking the Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, that's the one. Yeah, he was really good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like there's so many actors as well that are already cast in the MCU.
But it's like fucking. Yeah, but then you gotta look at the age group. Then you gotta kind of go, it's like, oh, what age are the X-Men going to be when they like eventually come on screen? Are they going to be young? Are they going to be like? Are some of them going to be young, older? You don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be a weird one. But I mean, fan casting off the top of my head, like Magneto, I would cast Jamie Lannister.
Yeah. Oh, I know a guy. Do you know the guy that played? Do you know Yara in Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Do you know her uncle? He was the guy that took over. I can't think of his name.
Oh, fucking. There's so many fucking characters. I haven't seen it in a while.
He was the leader of the Iron Islands. I think he
Yes.
would be a good Magneto as well.
Daughters in fucking for another cameo, lads.
Who?
Right. Up to bed. She's got school in the morning.
So, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up there, I suppose.
Before we do, I just want to say to Mikey Casey that Spider-Man 3 Home Slice is probably the best name out of all four.
Yeah, we actually forgot about Spider-Man Can't Get Home.
We can just talk about that next week, buddy. You know? Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thanks for dropping by. Make sure to like, subscribe, go on Instagram and follow Mikey Casey because he is making a movie called Lulu and the Electric Dreamboat with our good friend Paddy Murphy. Go check those guys out if you haven't already. And yeah, guys, like, share, and get all your friends to subscribe. It would be awesome. And come back here next Sunday for more Brian and Tubbs Culture Cast chat. And I'll be doing all the reviews and stuff as I do during the week. And like and share and all that stuff as well. And thanks for dropping by, guys. It was emotional and sad.
And
next week.
If any of y'all have a heart in your fucking shoulders or in your chest, buy me a fucking green or white ranger. I'm just gonna leave it there. Why does he do that? Why does he fucking play with my brain like that? You bad man, O'Regan.
Put him up. But yeah, so next week, obviously, the main topic of discussion will be the finale of WandaVision. And who knows what's going to happen in the entertainment world between now and then. Mm-hmm. But I'm sure we'll be here to natter and chatter about it. And yeah, see you later, guys. Have a great one. Bye. I think we're finished.